So the Shnibitz is generously sponsored by the Saka family and by Yelad Avram Foreman for a full Shlem Hadassah Rocha Bas Chana Golda. We last left off, concluding V'chol HaChaim Yaducha Sela. So that expression ends, Hakel Yeshua Seinu Ve'ezra Seinu Sela. When will all the nations of the world, when will all living things acknowledge and thank and praise Hashem? When Hakel Yeshua Seinu Ve'ezra Seinu Sela, when we see His miraculous salvation, when we see His intervening on behalf of His children. We mentioned the Rinas Chaim Friedlander wonders, why is the order Yeshua Seinu Ve'ezra Seinu when elsewhere, for example, in the Bracha of Avos, earlier in the Amidah, we said Melech Ozer U'Moshiach. So is it Ozer U'Moshiach, or is it Yeshua Seinu Ve'ezra Seinu? What's the difference between the two, and why do we change, why do we switch the order? So one answer is that Yeshua is Hatzalah Gedola. Yeshua's salvation means a person was in dire circumstance, and Tzara, they needed a Yeshua, they needed a true salvation. And they need to merit tremendous kindness, compassion. And therefore, to earn, to merit Hashem intervening at the level of Yeshua, to truly save in dire circumstance, you need tefillah, heartfelt tefillah. And certainly that should motivate all of us in this Eis Tzara, as missiles continue to rain down on our brothers and sisters, and as the big decisions are being made, Am Yisrael, Klal Yisrael need a Yeshua. It's Rak Ayidei Tefillah. It requires us to pour out our heart to Hashem. However, Ezra, help. You don't need a salvation. You don't need a rescue. You need a little bit of help. HaKadosh Baruch Hu nosen af b'lo tefillah. He'll give that even without tefillah. So therefore, it's Yeshua Seinu ve'Ezra Seinu, tefillah first, the greater salvation, and then Ezra. V'lachach ha'avos ha'kedosha yimadrega gavoa shakir v'selokim, Kadosh Baruch Hu ishkiach aleim b'ashkacha pratis nefla v'af v'lo tefillah. V'lachein anu mazkirim b'erchas avos melech ozer u'moshiach. Kevin she'osim mitzvah Kadosh Baruch Hu harbe pamim af v'lo tefillah. So the avos, they were worthy, they deserved to be saved even without tefillah. Their whole life was one ongoing tefillah. They were in constant conversation, uninterrupted conversation with Hashem. Therefore, they didn't need tefillah in order to merit. So it's Melech Ozer U'Moshiach. But however, we have Abba Bracha Zu Shemusebes HaKlal Yisrael Below Tefillah Ein Yeshua Anu Maskirin Tchila Yeshua Ayidei Tefillah Kadosh Baruch Hu Shameya, and then Ezra Seinu Af She'anu B'Shafal HaMadrega B'Kom HaKom HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mesayeh Lanu. So the order is switched because the Avos are more worthy than we. Therefore, they were deserving of Yeshua even without tefillah. We are not. It's only on the heels of tefillah that we have Yeshua. So Yeshua Seinu ve'Ezra Seinu, was they are Ezra Seinu and Yeshua Seinu. But there is that fundamental difference between the two. And then we conclude in Sela again, as we shared previously. Sela means below hafsek rega, without interruption, straight Sela. So Kadosh Baruch Hu provides that Yeshua and that Azara, that Ezra. It's Sela. It's forever. It's consistent, constant, and uninterrupted in ways we see and in ways we can't see and we don't know, but nevertheless He is intervening, He is nevertheless helping. And then we conclude this bracha, Baruch Atah Hashem Hatov Shimcha Ulecha Na'eh Lehodos. We end the bracha that blessed are you Hashem, your name is Hatov Shimcha. What does this mean? What's the taich? Hatov Shimcha. Your name is good, or is His name Hatov? Hatov Shimcha, Hashem, your name is, we're going to call you from now on, Hatov. Is that what we're saying? Are we saying Hatov Shimcha, how good is His name? Your name is the beneficent, your name is the one who's Meitiv, Tov and Meitiv. Many different ways of understanding what we mean, Hatov Shimcha, Ulecha Na'eh Lahodos. So the Shulchan Aruch writes in Orach Chaim and Siman Kuf Yud Gimel, that Koreo Mishtachah Besof HaBracha B'chein B'tchilasa, that we bow both at the beginning and end of this bracha. In other words, when we bow, the beginning of Modim is the beginning, and this is the end of the same bracha of Modim. Hatov Shimcha Ulecha Na'eh Lahodos. What do you mean Lecha Na'eh Lahodos? So the Rinas Chaim again, Rav Chaim Friedlander says Lecha Na'eh Lahodos means that we're not expressing gratitude and praising you because we feel obligated or forced. It's na'eh. It's pleasant. It's pleasant. It comes easy, and we enjoy it, and it's well deserved, and it's what we want to be doing. Lecha na'eh lehodos. There are some people it's very hard to thank. They make it very hard to thank them. They're people that we don't really want to thank or acknowledge or owe the debt of gratitude or don't think they're worthy. We don't want to stroke their ego. They're not easy or pleasant to praise or express gratitude. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu, lahavdil, is the opposite. And that's why we conclude this entire bracha of Modim, L'cha na'eh lodos. It's incredibly pleasant. We're not anusim ukfuyim, we're not forced or obligated. No one twisted our arm. We're not manipulating you. We're not trying to get you to continue to do good things for us. We're doing it because na'eh lahodos, there's nothing more pleasant than sitting around and talking about how good and how kind and how great Hashem is. It's entirely and utterly present. The Eitz Yosef adds, the halacha is that you're not allowed to praise a person too much because Shema Yavo Acher v'yigarav yimina es chesronosav. It's a form of Lashon Hara. Where's the Lashon Hara to heap too much praise on someone? Because if you talk about how great someone is, you are inviting someone else present to say, they're not so great. So when you are so flattering, when you're speaking overly kindly, exceedingly kindly, you're essentially tempting someone else present to say, yeah, they're pretty good, but relax, they're not that great. They're not that great. So when it comes to another human being, we have to be tempered and we have to be careful. So here, L'cha na'eh lahodos. Other people, you can't violate Hanifa, you're not allowed to falsely flatter. Other people, praising could be a form of Lashon Hara, if in fact it'll invite other people to criticize and to temper that praise. But Hashem, who could have a bad word to say about Hashem? U'lecha na'eh lahodos. To you, we don't have to hesitate, we don't have to temper, we don't have to be careful, we don't have to worry about what anyone else will do. It is purely na'eh, it is purely present, na'eh lehodos. It's purely present to praise and to recognize you. So we offer this gratitude, we conclude the gratitude at a pure hakaras hatov. There's no other alternative agenda. L'cha na'eh lahodos. And with that we end Modim. And now we got a big decision to make. We're going to do Birchas Kohanim, Bracha Meshulashas, or Sim Shalom, Shalom Rav. So tune in next time to find out what we decided.